So now let us start with SA 600 using the work of Other Auditor. Okay, so this standard mainly deals with the Principal Auditor and the Other Auditors relationship. Okay, so SA 610 talked about using the work of Internal Auditor. So that standard particularly dealt with the relationship of Internal Auditor and External Auditor. This standard SA 600 is going to deal with the relationship between the Other Auditor and the Principal Auditor. So let us first understand who is this Principal Auditor and Other Auditor. So Principal Auditor is the auditor with responsibility for reporting on financial information of an entity. He has the responsibility of reporting on financial information of an entity when it includes financial information of one or more components audited by another auditor. So when that financial information of entity includes the financial information of one or more components that is audited by another auditor. So if you take a look, he has a responsibility for reporting, but who has the responsibility for auditing that component, auditing the information of that component? So Other Auditor has the responsibility for auditing the financial information of the component, but Principal Auditor has the responsibility for reporting on the financial information of entity when that information includes information of one or more components. Next, who is an Other Auditor? So Other Auditor is an auditor other than the Principal Auditor who has the responsibility for reporting on financial information of component. So this component, this information, the component is included in the financial information audited by Principal Auditor. Okay, so next, what is the meaning of component? So component means a division, a branch, a subsidiary, or a joint venture or associated enterprise whose financial information is included in the financial information audited by the Principal Auditor. So before using the work of Other Auditor, what are the procedures the Principal Auditor needs to perform? First and foremost, ordinarily the Principal Auditor can rely on the Other Auditor's work. But in special circumstances, the law prescribes that if necessary only, it will allow the Principal Auditor to visit the component or review the component's work. So ordinarily, the Principal Auditor can rely on the Other Auditor's work. But in special circumstances, the law says that if necessary only, I will allow the Principal Auditor to visit component or to review the component's work. Second procedure. So the Principal Auditor wants to use the Other Auditor's work. So before using the work, the Principal Auditor will determine whether the Other Auditor is professionally competent or not. That is, whether he is an ICAI member or not. Okay. Third procedure. If the Principal Auditor wants to use Other Auditor's work, then he shall obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence that the work of the Other Auditor is adequate for his purpose or not. I am the Principal Auditor. I want to use this work. So before using his work, I'll obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence that the work of the Other Auditor is relevant for my purpose, it is adequate for my purpose or not. So how will I obtain this sufficient and appropriate audit evidence? By performing procedures. So what are the procedures? So these are the procedures. So there are basically 1, 2, 3, 4 procedures. The first procedure. First, I will advise the Other Auditor of use that is to be made of Other Auditor's work and report. So I will advise him. See, this is your work. I want to use your work in such and such a way. So advise the auditor of the use that is to be made of his work and report. Second procedure. So there should be coordination between the Principal Auditor and the Other Auditor. So make sufficient arrangements for coordination at planning stage of audit. So when you're planning the audit only, you should have coordination between the Other Auditor and the Principal Auditor. There should be a coordination at the planning stage of audit only. Third procedure. The Principal Auditor should inform matters to Other Auditor, especially regarding areas requiring special consideration. So if you read essay number 501, so in essay number 501, audit regarding items that require special consideration, special audit consideration like inventory, litigation and claims, like segment reporting. So the Principal Auditor will inform the Other Auditor matters regarding areas requiring special considerations. Next, procedures for identification of intercomponent transactions. So if there are any intercomponent transactions, then in that case, what are the procedures for identification of intercomponent transactions, and also the timetable for completion of audit. So this is the second point. The third point is, this is the third point. The fourth point is, the Principal Auditor advises the Other Auditor on matters like accounting, auditing and reporting requirements. So we'll advise the Other Auditor regarding accounting, auditing and reporting requirements, and he will also obtain representation as to compliance with them. First, he will advise him that these are the accounting requirements, audit requirements, reporting requirements. Then he will obtain representation as to compliance with them. Did you comply with this requirements or not? Give me a representation. Now the fourth procedure over here is the principal auditor shall discuss the audit procedures applied with the other auditor. He shall review written summary of other auditor's procedures and findings. First, he will discuss what audit procedures that he has applied. Then he will review the written summary of other auditor's procedures and findings. How will he review? What is the form of review? The form of review can be completed questionnaire or checklist. Okay, so these are the principal auditor's procedures before using the work of other auditor. That's it. We are done with SS 600.